This morning on DC News Now, one man is dead, two others hurt after a shooting in Prince George's County, Maryland.
This was an isolated incident. This could have occurred anywhere.
Well, police are saying as they search for the shooter. Crime victims marching in the Capitol today. This as new federal data compares DC to the rest of the country. And another day of showers in store when you could expect the wet weather to move out. Plus, searching for Mamta Coughley-Bye.
I'm looking for Miss Mamta Coughley.
The missing Virginia woman's husband in court today as new video emerges from days after she went missing.
Daniels flips. He's got another.
And beating the Bengals, a Commander rookie setting records in a massive win.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning and thanks for joining us this morning on DC News Now. It is 7 o'clock on a Tuesday. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Yeah, happy Tuesday to you. Good morning. I'm Corey James. Shanika is keeping an eye on those commute conditions out there for you. She'll have the very latest in just a second.
Very busy.
Very busy.
The rain. Yeah.
I know. It's going to probably slow people down. Be safe out there, too. Jackie's eyeing just the timing of it all, when it's going to hopefully clear out, but it looks like scattered showers throughout the day.
Yeah, so umbrella will certainly be needed. Also, those windshield wipers certainly needed on that Tuesday morning commute. We're also seeing some very low visibility for parts of the area, so you have to be on the lookout for that. We see that visibility down about 2 miles in Leesburg and Frederick, 4 miles in DC and Culpeper, far less than that back over towards Garrett County. We do have that bullseye there of less than a mile of visibility at this point. The radar showing us that green pushing its way in, so some shower activity, especially from Hagerstown down across parts of the eastern panhandle, West Virginia, and now over towards Winchester. Also a few of those showers down south towards Stafford, Fredericksburg, and those continue to work their way eastward as well. Elsewhere, though, still tracking some patchy drizzle, too. So overall, through the day today, highs around 70. Most areas will struggle to make it out of the upper 60s today, thanks to the cloud cover, thanks to the rain showers, and thanks to more of that easterly wind setting up as well. We'll have more details and timing, and a look at that 7-day coming up. Shanika's back with the latest on those roadways. What are you seeing right now?
All right, Jackie, top of the 7 o'clock hour. Corey just said this looks like a row of red Legos. That is not me, that's Corey. But yeah, you're seeing it's jam-packed there. Heavy congestion here. We have a crash past this point, past 650 New Hampshire Avenue. So definitely, I would avoid this area on the outer loop if you can. Let's look at your maps really quickly. Looking at the congestion overall. 95 heading southbound toward the Capitol Beltway. Yeah, you're slow, and you're slow. You can see that crash right near the 95 interchange to get to 495 heading westbound. Remember that. 29 heading south, that is slow as well. The rest of your commute, you're going to see some on and off delays, so do be careful out there, guys.
All right, Shanika, thank you. A man is dead and two others seriously injured after a shooting in Prince George's County, Maryland.
It happened last night, and police are still searching for any suspects involved. Our Yamari Sase live at the scene. So, Yamari, what are you learning from police?
Yeah, so the shooting actually happened right in front of this liquor store directly behind me. This is off of Rhode Island Avenue in Mount Rainier. Now, according to police, 3 people were sitting inside their car outside of the liquor store. The suspect approached them. An altercation took place, and now a man is dead and 2 others are injured. Now, this entire incident is being investigated by the Mount Rainier Police Department and also Prince George's County Police, and they do believe this is a targeted incident. Now, the shooting happened around 7 last night. 2 men and a woman were in a burgundy SUV right outside the liquor store when a man approached them. Now, they were talking, and that's when the suspect pulled out a gun and started shooting at the car. All 3 were shot, and 1 man did die at the scene. Now, the other 2 victims were rushed to the hospital for life-threatening injuries, and police say the suspect ran and left the scene. And my Rainier Police Chief Linwood Alston and also a few residents we spoke to this morning say they're disappointed in the senseless act of gun violence.
The police frequent this area pretty much. It's really, the people has to change. You know, it's really nothing we can do about it.
These isolated incidents have, as we've seen with the prevalence of gun violence throughout our region, been so popular in today's society. So this is very sad as it reaches our community.
Now, this is an ongoing investigation. Police currently have no suspects or a motive at this time. So if anyone has any information, you are encouraged to contact police. We're now reporting in Mount Rainier, Maryland. I'm Yamar Sase, DC News Now.
Thank you, Marie. Staying in Maryland this morning, a girl seriously injured after a shooting in Sept Pleasant. Now, this happened last night near 69th Place and Addison Road. Police say the girl is in critical condition. They are still looking for a gunman. If you have any information, you're asked to contact police.
And in Maryland, we're learning more information about the Bowie police officer accused of firing his gun during a traffic stop and hitting a car earlier this month. The police chief says he is a 12-year veteran of the force. The department says Sergeant Robert Warrington stopped to help a man stranded on Collington Road and John Hanson Highway near Route 50 about 2 weeks ago. During that stop, officials say after approaching the driver, the officer fired a shot from his gun. The police chief says the officer hit a vehicle passing by the scene. They say no one was injured. Warrington is on paid administrative leave. The shooting still under investigation. And this morning, a man accused of defacing images of Vice President Kamala Harris outside a popular gay bar in Logan Circle is facing charges.
This will happen Saturday morning at the Little Gay Pub on P Street Northwest. Officials say this is the second time it's happened this month. Now, one of the co-owners, Dito Sevilla, said that the portraits of Harris were first vandalized on September 11th. New posters were printed days later, but on Saturday morning, that same man struck again. You can see him here caught on video, spray painting X's on Harris's face and defacing a bus shelter.
Said Harris equals Hitler, Trump better than Hitler. So it was some weird equation. I would love to say that we feel like victims and we're more deterred, but in fact it just makes us more resilient, and we keep putting them up.
And DC police are investigating this as a potential hate crime. Last night they arrested Nicholas Goldstein for the graffiti incidents.
Reality is, I would never take a tax credit that I wasn't entitled to. It was an oversight, and we're correcting it.
And that was Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks speaking out after the allegations of her falsely claiming tax deductions on 2 properties in D.C. and Maryland. Those accusations revealing by CNN in a report released over the weekend. CNN claiming Alsobrooks took advantage of tax breaks she did not qualify for, including one meant for low-income senior citizens, saving her allegedly thousands of dollars. This all happening less than 2 months away from the election, a critical time in the race for the Maryland politician who was hoping to secure a Senate seat. However, the allegations surrounding her leaving some voters with mixed feelings.
The Maryland tax issues seem kind of like an honest mistake. That doesn't bother me so much. The D.C. tax breaks seem a little dicey.
That's one of the things that you should know. You're in the public eye. You're representing the public.
Alsobrooks' challenger Larry Hogan releasing a statement saying in part, quote, "It's disturbing that Alsobrooks thinks the rules do not apply to her." Happening today, Naresh Bhatt, the Manassas Park man accused of hiding his wife's body, is heading back to court. This is the first of 2 appearances this week. Now, he is also expected to face a judge Friday. It all comes ahead of his trial scheduled in December. Bhatt was arrested and charged with concealing a body after his wife, Mamta Kofli Bhatt, went missing nearly 2 months ago. She is still missing at this time. And new body cam video now showing the first time Manassas Park police spoke with Naresh Bhatt.
The interaction that you can see here happened just days after prosecutors believe he killed his wife Mamta. DC News Now's Max Marcella shows us what experts are saying about the video.
On August 2nd, Manassas Park police came to this home looking to talk with Naresh Bhatt, who was arrested weeks later.
We're looking for Miss Mamta Kofli.
Yeah, we see like on Tuesday, Wednesday, she left and then she says she's gonna go either New York or Texas, and then she left, she had the phone and then she destroyed that phone and then she left.
Naresh says he and his wife Mamta were in the process of separating and also says her leaving was not unusual.
If it's the first time, then I can say, oh, okay, where are you going, this and that. This is multiple times.
The nearly 12-minute long interaction was shown in court on Friday when Naresh was denied bond. An expert says the video raises some red flags.
When people are responsible for a criminal act, they just can't stop talking, even if it's almost white noise. They want to control the narrative. The other thing I noticed that we often see in these situations is a total blame shift.
We know from investigators Naresh changed his story and eventually stopped cooperating. Mamta has still not been found and Naresh has not been charged with murder. Jennifer Coffindaffer says that could come with or without a body.
I believe what they're doing is poring over the digital information they have and really trying to pinpoint where he went, where his car went, where she could be, because if they can find the body, then certainly they're going to make a case. They're just biding time.
And happening today, local leaders overseeing the DMV's water supply focusing on how the region can avoid the economic consequences of a water supply disruption. Now, at a press conference later today, officials will present findings from an organization tasked with protecting the Potomac River. They say the Potomac is a main source of drinking water for the region. A new report details how the D.C. area could be impacted if that water source faces threats from natural disasters or infrastructure failures. That press conference set to happen at 9 o'clock. And some lawmakers are holding a press conference on abortion rights today in the district. It's going to start at 10 this morning at the U.S. Capitol. At the event, lawmakers expected to introduce the Human Rights Resolution to Congress and recognize local governments passing similar legislations.
McLaurin, he's got it. First and goal inside the 5. And a beauty from the rookie Jaden Daniels for 56.
The Washington Commanders bagging a huge win last night while on the road against the Cincinnati Bengals, and in a game where his team was a 7-point underdog. Rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels had his best showing of the season so far.
Yeah, he finished 21 of 23 for 254 yards, having the highest completion percentage for a rookie year. Now, Daniels also threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for another. He was not the only Commander to have a good game. Star wide receiver Terry McLaurin also had his best game of the season. He had 4 catches for 100 yards, including a 27-yard grab with the touchdown to seal that win. Now the Commanders won 38-33. Up next, they'll be on the road in Arizona playing the Cardinals Sunday. That game set for 4 p.m. All right, 7-11 now on a Tuesday. Local schools ranking among the best in the country.
Yeah, the schools in Maryland, D.C., and Virginia making the Blue Ribbon Schools list, plus making a major career change. Meet the local mom finding her place with D.C. Fire next.
But first, we are taking a live look outside. Jackie, it is rainy and foggy, as you can see there.
Yeah, seeing very low visibility, not only in D.C., for other parts of the DMV as well. So make sure that you are taking it slow. Leave a little bit of that extra time built in for that Tuesday morning commute. And I know Shaniqua has the latest details on that, too. We'll have the latest with that 7-day coming up right after the break.